Hey everybody, it's Ramzuchi here. I want to make a build guide on Mercenary. I struggled in the early game. I tried to watch build videos. I feel that everybody else is wrong on this one, and they give some bad advice. I've had several friends reach out to me, and I've helped them with their early game build, and they absolutely loved it. They also watched videos, and we're not having a good time with it. So I completely understand, and I hope this helps you. So let's get right into it. I've never done timestamps, so I'll do my best to, but the way this is going to go, I'll do gear, skills, skill tree, and then I'm going to do at the very end, if you just want to see what the build looks like, I'm going to show you how the build works. All right, let's get into it. So gear, most important thing is your crossbow. You want the bombard crossbow, which gives the implicit. If you hold alt here, you can look at your things. It has the implicit, which is the, I guess, skill that is around these two bars, and it adds an extra grenade. Your next important thing here is adding level to projectiles. You won't start getting these until mid game. Once you can get +1 or +2, and then once you get really deep into mid game, late game, and you can start buying things, you get an exalt. You can try and get one with +4. Next important thing here is it's really good to have lightning damage. This build revolves around lightning damage. It's not 100% necessary on your crossbow, but it will help. You can get the lightning damage from a ring. I believe you can get it on the necklace as well, and maybe the boots. But you need it on at least one thing. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you need lightning damage. You'll see why later. I put 2 gems in here to add the lightning damage, so you can also go that route. All right, here's the rest of my gear. Doesn't matter too much. I don't have anything crazy on here. Your most important things are mana. I need mana regen. I need more mana. That's the next things I'm going to work on in this build. But if anyone's curious, this is what I'm wearing. So you can look and pause it later. And the most important thing on flasks is charges per second. That's what you want. I need a better mana flask, but you want charges per second on everything. This is literally on for cosmetics. I don't use it. I just think it looks cool on my back. So it is there. Great. Skills. This is mid game. So I'll just quickly go through everything, just highlight what I have on. Now, take all of these with a grain of salt. They're not perfect. I don't have everything I want here. And I'll show you why once we get to the skill tree. But this is what I have for now. Oh, for here, for this, I'm not using galvanic shards anymore. I'll get to that in a moment. All right, so with the galvanic shards, they are amazing early on. They're still okay here in mid game, but they've really fallen off for me. I'm not enjoying them as much. But early game, you really need these. They really make the build well-rounded. I would throw in martial tempo into here early game with the 25% extra lightning damage, which I think is here. Yeah, I'd throw in lightning infused or something along those lines. Martial tempo, lightning infused. You could do double barrel instead of lightning infused. That's your call, but definitely want martial tempo. Let's move on to the next important thing, which is flash grenade. This is the bread and butter of the build. Early game, mid game. I'm gonna assume late game. I'm not there yet, so I can't say for 100%. But early and mid game, this thing is phenomenal. I skipped over it at first because all the other build guides didn't talk about it. One of them did, but not. I don't think they realized the extent of how amazing it is. Early game, you need this one right here. It's the first one you want to grab. Stun build up. Early game, stun build up, and I don't have it on here at the moment because I'm mid game, so I've changed up my build, but scatter shot. So overpowered scatter shot. So that's what we want on there early game. Next, the most important thing to look at is explosive grenade. Early game, the area is pretty nice, and we can go a second wind here. I would pick up the area first. I'd actually prioritize gas grenade over explosive. I'd come back to explosive. And so I'd pick up Corrosive first, most important, and then Bursting Plague. Once you have unlocked tier 2, you want to drop Bursting Plague and pick up Armor Explosion. And then once you get your 3rd slot for Gas Grenade, go ahead and pick Bursting Plague back up, put that back in. Oil Grenade doesn't matter too much. The things in here I'm going to change a lot once we pick up a skill in the skill tree that I will show you in a moment. Herald of Thunder. This thing is absolutely amazing. This is really what your build is based around. You won't get it until halfway through Act 1, but it is absolutely gorgeous. We used Galvanic Shards earlier to proc it, but now it can be procced off of Flash Grenade and other things because we have lightning damage on our build, so pretty much everything procs it. Okay, so early game for Herald of Thunder. AoE is not bad on here, so if you want to throw AoE, you can do that. If you don't, you can also go with this Innervate. Phenomenal. It creates this really cool chain that's happening because Herald of Thunder is triggered when you kill somebody, and it pumps out a ton of damage. And then you could also go with Conduction, so you have a higher shock chance, and it'll add a lot more power to the build overall. You can go with Lasting Shock. There's a few options here. It's kind of up to you. Like I said, AoE is also good on it. This is what I've decided to go with. It's all fun. You're going to be burning through stuff. There's no correct answer here. There are wrong answers though, but this build kind of eliminates that. So now that we've gotten rid of our wrong answers, you can see a few correct answers here. Play with it, see what you like the best. Lots of these gyms work on all of your abilities. Let's go over the skill tree. So I picked Gymling. It seems like it's gonna be better late game. The other one seems like it was better early game. However you want to decide to do that. I'm only gonna go over Gymling. So I went with 10% quality of all skills for my first 2. Adds a ton of damage to everything. It's absolutely fantastic. When I get my next 2 points, I'm gonna drop these 2, and I'm gonna go over here and pick this up. And this is what I've been talking about. We're gonna be able to use 2 copies of our support gyms. So we're gonna be able to do a lot of fun things with all of our grenades and really pump out a ton of damage because of this. And then I believe I'm also, once I get the next 2 after that, so I'll have 6, I'll pick this back up, and then my final 8, I'm going to grab Deathful to all skills. I will go through and test these. If I find something better later on, I'll put out another video, let you guys know. Okay, so the rest of the tree, this is a bit of a visual bug here. I don't have these 2. I don't know why it's showing that, but we're going to come down here, we're going to grab these, grab this, come down. The dex doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be dex. Whatever you need. If you have a piece of gear and you're missing some strength, grab strength. If you guys need to, if you don't know, you can come to 101 refund passives. This is in the middle of my tree, but I can select it and change it anytime I want. So I don't have to redo my whole tree just to make this strength or dex or whatever. So don't feel too locked in with those. Change them around as you need them. We're going to come here. We're going to go ahead and grab all of these. They're all amazing. They make your grenades way better. You can also, right here, you have a choice. You can grab this. It's not going to really help with any boss fights. This is going to be if you really want that movement speed. You're struggling maybe with packs, but this is not going to help with boss fights, especially if you need the extra skills at the time, the extra points here, which I did. So I went with these because I really needed them for some gear. So we're going to come through here. You can skip this if you want to and come back to it later. And we're going to grab this. We really want that fuse duration lowered because it's going to really help on the explosive grenade. It's already so long as it is. So we want that. Now, depending on what level you are and how your build's looking, if you're right in this area and you get your first spirit gem and you get your Herald of Thunder, go ahead and grab this Herald stuff right here first. The Herald is just so powerful. And then come grab this. And then if you didn't grab this, come back and grab this section up here. That's definitely what I'd recommend, hands down. After that, you have 2 choices. You can come focus this one right here, which is obviously extremely powerful, or come up here, get this. Now this stun build up, if you're struggling with bosses, if you're having a really hard time with bosses, even if you're in this area grabbing these, go ahead and cancel this, back off on it, and come up here and grab this. This is gonna melt through bosses so quickly. So if that's where you're struggling, this is the one you need to come get. Once we have those though, we have all this, we have that up there, and we have this, what do we do next? There's no more grenade things. I don't know what to do. Okay, so a lot of our build focuses around lightning, and almost all of the grenades have fire damage. Personally, I'm going to focus lightning first, and I want to grab this one. Penetrating is so powerful. It magnifies. It's not just like, oh, I'm doing 15% more damage. It is a multiplier. I don't know exactly how it works, but it really increases how much damage you're doing. You can have up to, so it's not just, oh, this unit has 15% lightning resist, I've taken that away, now they're at 0. They could be at 15% lightning resist, and I could build my penetrate up to 30%, and it can go into the negative, and that's where the multipliers come in, and it gets really, really powerful. You can, I believe, go up to negative 200% lightning resist pen on things, and it adds huge multipliers, so definitely go with that. And then I'm going to grab this next, and then I think I'll hold off on this lightning for now. I'll grab these lightnings, all of them, and then I'm going to come over here, and since we do a lot of fire, everything has a little bit of fire damage to it, I'm going to come grab this tree right here, and it gives that fire pin. We'll grab that, and then after that I'm going to come grab all of these electric ones right here. If you didn't know you could search on the skill tree, that's how you do it. You search up here and make some glow. Really easy to find stuff. After that, I'll be pretty far in game. I don't know 100% what I'm going to do. I might come grab this over here. I might go over here and grab this. Yeah, I might come grab this. I'm going to play around with it. We'll see. I'll make a video for in game once I get there. But this should really help you guys out, and I hope you enjoyed. Let's get into killing some stuff. All right, so rotation wise, we're gonna open up with flash grenade. They explode really fast, and then we're gonna move into poison and then explosive. And this is for mid game. You can see that clears them out pretty quickly. And as soon as, yeah, all that, those take a long time to blow up, but when they do, everything's dead. Things get too close, you got the stun grenade, it goes off fast. You can shoot the explosive off early because it takes a long time to explode. But really your stun grenade's gonna hit them first. You can see we're just shredding through things. Now I brought the galvanize just to show you guys. I don't have any gems on it really, but it still shreds. I mean, it can still do it mid game. I'm just not having as much fun with it as I was earlier in the game. Earlier in the game, it is disgusting. All the way through Act 2, it just chews through things. Especially once Herald of Thunder procs, absolutely amazing. You can obviously mix in some grenades with it. Yeah, that's the build. Hope you guys enjoy. Have a good one.